Hi everyone, this is Algebra 2, Lesson 53, and in this lesson we're going to cover metric unit conversions, English units to metric units, and weight combination by percent. Alright, so our first question is to use unit multipliers to convert 7,560 centimeters to kilometers. So we're going to work this the way we did back in Algebra 1. So we're going to start with 7,560. And we're going to put that over 1, and that's centimeters. Okay, now we need to know our converters. So when you think centimeters, think of cent is 100. So 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. And then kilometers means 1,000. So 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer, like a 5K or a Y2K. K means 1,000. Alright, so we got to put our centimeters on bottom so that we're going to be able to cancel. So we're going to write 100 centimeters is 1 meter. And then we'll do that again. And we're going to put 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Alright, now we can cancel our units. Centimeters and centimeters cancel, meters and meters cancel, and then we just multiply across. So right here we have 7,560, and the only unit we have left is kilometers. We canceled the rest of them. And then we have 100 times 1,000. Okay, and when that's on the bottom, that means divided by. And to divide by that, remember we can divide by moving our decimal point. So if we have 7,560, our decimal's here, and you move to the left to divide, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, so we need to move to the left 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's an extra spot for a 0, so it would be 0.0756 is kilometers. Is the answer to that one. So the metric system's super duper easy. All you have to do is move your decimal point. Alright, use unit multipliers to convert that to square kilometers. Alright, so we're going to write this one out. This one is 15 million. Whoops, erase that. Alright, 15,740,000 square centimeters. That means square centimeters means centimeters squared. So that means cm times cm. Okay? It's very important that when you have it squared, you got to write your unit twice. Alright, and then our converters, we know that there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, and we got 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Okay, so we're going to write our centimeters on the bottom because we want them to cancel. So 100 centimeters, and then we equals 1 meter. Then we have to do that again because we have centimeters twice right here, 1, 2 times. Okay, so we have to write that converter twice. So we get rid of both of those. So another 100 centimeters with 1 meter on the top. And then we're going to do, we got to get rid of these meters. We have 2 of those. So 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. And then we have to do it again. 1,000 meters is 1 kilometer. Alright, now we can cancel our units. So centimeters cancels out this centimeters, and that one cancels that one. Then meter cancels meter, and meter cancels meter. Now we're left with kilometers twice. Alright, so we're going to multiply across the top, and we got 1,574,000. And then we got kilometers squared, because it's kilometers times kilometers. And all that's being divided by, we've got 100 twice. So 100, 100 times 1,000 times another 1,000. Okay, so we're dividing, and we're going to have to move our decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so that's going to equal 0.001574 kilometers squared. And that's your answer. So on these ones where it's just metric, it's going to want you to multiply, do the multiplying and dividing. But they're really, really simple. Alright, this one goes from metric to standard. So use unit multipliers to convert 32 yards to meters. Yards is standard and meters is metric. Now if you're just using metric units, then you'll be able to just move your decimal point. But when we have to convert from metric to standard, then we need a converter. Alright, so we know there's 3 feet in 1 yard. Okay, and then I know that there's 2.54 inches in, no, not yet. We got to get from feet to inches. So there are 12 inches in 1 foot, and then we're going to get from inches to centimeters. So 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. And then we're going to get from centimeters to meters, 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. Alright, so we're going to use all those converters. Alright, so we're starting out with 32 yards over 1. Alright, and then we want yards to be on the bottom, so we're going to use this one first. 3 feet in 1 yard. So 1 yard goes down here, and we got 3 feet up here. Now, how many inches in a foot? 1 foot is 12 inches. And then 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then we've got 100 centimeters is 1 meter. Alright, now we're going to cancel our units. Alright, so I've got yards, cancels out yards, feet cancels out feet, inches cancels inches, centimeters cancels centimeters, and I'm just left with meters as my unit. So when I multiply across the top, I'm going to have 32 times 2.54 meters over oh, wait, I forgot the 12. Go back here. Okay, I've got 32. Oh, I forgot a bunch of stuff. Alright, I've got 32, then I've got 3, right there. Then I've got 12 right there. Then I've got 2.54. Alright, then I've got meters. There we go. Alright, and down here I have 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, and then I've got 100. Alright, and they do not require you to multiply all that out. You can write your answer just like that. That's a perfectly acceptable answer. You don't have to multiply any of it. Alright, let's do another one. Use unit multipliers to convert. Alright, so we've got square kilometers. That means kilometers square to square miles. So we want to end up with miles squared. Okay, so from kilometers we can say 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And then 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. And then 1 centimeter equals, nope. We got to get over to the metric. So 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. and then 12 inches in 1 foot, and then 5,280 feet in 1 mile. All right, so those are all the converters we're going to have to use, and we're going to have to double all of them. So this is going to be crazy. All right. So we're going to start with 0.042 over 1, and that is square kilometers. So we're going to have km and km. All right, our next one needs to be kilometers on the bottom. So that's going to be 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters. And then we have to do that again. And then we got to go from meters to centimeters. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. And we got to do that again. 1 meter, 100 centimeters. And then we're going to go 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. And we do that again. 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. And then 12 inches in 1 foot. And then 12 inches in 1 foot. And then 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And 80 feet in 1 mile. All right, so now we're going to cancel. Kilometers, 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 kilometers. Then we got our meters. Meters cancel meters. Centimeters cancel centimeters. Centimeters cancel centimeters. And then our inches, and our other inches, and our feet. And our feet, and we're left with miles squared. So our answer is going to be 0.042 times 1,000 squared times, so that's my 1,000, 1,000. I've got 100, 100. So I'm going to say 100 squared times ones. I'm not going to worry about writing those. Okay, and then, so I don't need that. The last thing I have left is miles squared. And then here I've got 1 and 1 and 1 and 1, 2.54 and 2.54. Square that. 12 and 12. And 5,280. Alright, and you can leave your answers like that. You don't have to multiply it out. Alright. Percents by weight. So we've been doing these chemical problems. These ones are asking you by weight. So we've got what percent by weight of whatever that is, no idea, is sodium, which is the Na part. If we've got, okay, so our formula is Na2S2O3. Okay, so I'm going to make a little chart. Alright, so I've got my Na2S2O3. My Na, which is sodium, is 23. Its weight's 23. My S is 32. And my O is 16. So I need to multiply these to get my total weights here. So if I've got 2 of those, that would be 46. And I have 2 of those, that would be 64. And I have 3 of those. 3 is 18. 3 times 1 is 3, 48. Okay, I'm going to add all that up to get my total weight. 64 is 10, that's 18. 4 is 10, 11, 15. So that's going to be 158. 158. Okay. So I'm I'm going to make this into a fraction. So there's my total weight, right? What percent is this part of it? Okay, so that's going to be 46 out of the 158 is my sodium. So all I have to do is, that's a fraction, but I can just divide it to come up with a decimal, and then I can turn that into a percent. So that was 46 divided by 158. And that equals 0.291. So we're gonna round it to 0.29. And then just to get this is a decimal, and if we want to turn that into a percent, you just move your decimal place 2 times to the right, because it's per 100, so it's like multiply times 100. So 1, 2, this would be 29%. All right, so just find the total weight, that's the bottom of your fraction, and then the weight for the part you're trying to count, that's the top of your fraction, and then divide, and you'll come up with a decimal. Turn the decimal into a percent. All right, do the practice problem, pause the video, and I'll come back and work them for you. All right, hopefully you paused the video and did those practice problems. All right, what percent by weight of carbon tetrachloride is the carbon? All right, so our formula is C for carbon, and then Cl4. Carbon weighs 12, Cl weighs 35, assuming Cl is chlorine. All right, so we only have one carbon, so that's going to stay at 12. The chlorine, we have 4 of those, so we're going to say 35 times 4. So that's 20. 3 times 4 is 12. 13, 14, 140. Then we're going to add those together to get our total weight. That would be 2, 5, 152. So how much is our carbon by weight? What percent by weight? It will be 12, because our carbon weighs 12. Right? And here's our 152 as our total. So it's 12 out of 152. And we just have to divide that. 12 divided by 152. .078. I would round that to 0.8. I'm going to go do 0.0789 because I have to change it. So I'm going to say 0.0789. And then if I move this twice, 1, 2, I'm going to have 7.89%. Let me double check that with my answer key here. 53. Yep, 7.89%. If you just rounded that up to 8%, I guess I would accept that. Try to go to 2 decimals in your percent. So in your decimal part, you're going to want to have 4. And then when you move your decimal, you'll have 2. All right, use unit multipliers to convert this square kilometers to square miles. All right, so we're going to have kilometers squared to miles squared. All right, so we got 0.073 over 1, and that's kilometers squared. And we're going to miles, so kilometers, we're going to have to go 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. 2.54 centimeters equals 1 inch. 12 inches equals 1 foot. And 5,280 feet equal 1 mile. All right. So I'm going to have to write that a lot smaller because we got to fit all that info on there. So let's see what I can get here. I've got 0.073, and that's kilometers times kilometers. All right, and now I'm going to multiply, and I need kilometers at the bottom. So 1 kilometer equals 1,000 meters. And I have to do that again. And then I'm going to go from meters to centimeters. So 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. And do that again. And then I've got 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. And do that again. And then 12 inches in 1 foot. And then 5,280 feet in 1 mile. And 5,280 feet in 1 mile. Alright, now cancel my units. So kilometers, meters, centimeters, inches, feet, and we're going to come up with square miles, and then we just multiply everything across the top. 0.073 times, we've got 1,000 and 1,000 squared, 100 and 100. The rest of all those are ones, so then we've got miles squared. And then on the bottom, we're going to have 2.54. And 12. And 5,280. So that's what your answer should look like for B. Alright, that is it for lesson 53. Thank you for watching.